Hi! In this video, we're going to see how easy it is to add HTMX to our Django project and use it to create dynamic content loading. So in case you haven't watched the previous video, we have created the landing page where users can browse movies that we're fetching from the movie database. Our users can select categories and search for a particular movie. There's a problem though. Right now, when a user selects a category or searches for a movie, the entire page reloads instead of just the movie results. You would probably agree that this is not efficient or user-friendly. Luckily, we can easily remedy that with HTMX. Adding HTMX to our project is so easy, especially if we do it via CDN. All we gotta do is just copy this tag and just add it to our head tag, and then we're ready to go. So I'm copying this tag from the docs. My head element is in base.html, so that's where I'm going. And let's paste above block extra CSS. Okay, now we can use HTMX. So like we said, we want to make it so that when a form is submitted to the backend, then only the movie list is reloaded, right? So let's go back to our landing.html and let's find the code that shows the movie list. We've put it all inside the div that we've given the ID movie container. So what I'm gonna do is just select it all and I'm gonna cut it. And now I'm going to create a new directory inside the movies directory inside the templates directory within our movies app. And I'm going to call this directory partials. And then I'm going to create a new file inside it. And I'm going to call it movielist.html. As you might have noticed, I've added an underscore at the beginning of the name. And that's a naming convention to help us know that this is a partial template. Now let's paste the code we have copied and let's check on our website. Let's refresh. Oh no, our movies are gone. We can put them back super easily using the include tag. So inside our movie container, include quotation marks, and between the quotation marks we're going to write the relative path to our movie list template starting from the templates directory. So movies / partials / underscore movie list.html. Okay, now let's refresh. Our movies are back. Alrighty, so now we want to make a GET request using HTMX. We can easily do that with the HXGet attribute, which will cause an element to issue a GET to the specified URL, and then we can swap the HTML into the DOM using the swap strategy. So let's copy HXGet as we're gonna need it. And usually I just replace action with HXGet. And then after that, I would just specify HXTarget, which is the element we want to swap the contents of. And in this case, we want to swap the contents of the movie container. So let's add HXTarget and set it to movie container. We're using the ID as CSS selector. Okay, and then we want to replace the inner contents of the div with the ID movie container. So let's set HXSwap to inner HTML. Okay, I'm gonna copy the attributes HXTarget and HXSwap and add them to our other form, the search form as well. Okay, now let's review our code real quick. I might have overlooked something. So over here, we're submitting the form programmatically on change. The issue is this code is going to call the form submit function, making the browser submit the form like a normal HTML form submission, which means it's gonna ignore the HTMX. So what we can do in order to make sure HTMX works when we use the drop-down menu is just remove onChange and just add the HTMX code to our select element. So I'm just going to cut it and just paste it in our select element. This way, when we select a category, a GET request issued by HTMX will be made. Let's see how that looks like. Okay, so as you can see, something weird is going on. There's a page within our page. Why is that? Do you know? Well, you've probably guessed that's because we've set target to movie container and hxswap to inner HTML. hxswap swaps the contents of our target with the server response. And in our case, the server is responding with the landing template. That's why we are getting our landing page template rendered inside our movie container div. But we obviously do not want that. We want to make it so that when a request is issued by HTMX, we return movie list partial that we have created earlier. So how can we do that? We can check the type of request being made. In order for us to check if a request is an HTMX-driven request, we can check our header for HX request. So let's do that. Let's add an if statement. If request.headers.get HX request. Then we want to render our partial. And we also want to pass in the same context as we've passed for our original template. So what I'm gonna do is just copy the entire return statement, paste it, and then I'm going to add the relative path to our movie list partials. So movies slash partials slash underscore movie underscore list. Okay, and now I am excited to know if that works. So let's refresh and let's try top rated again. Oh, it did work. All right, now let's try the search functionality. Let's try Batman. All right, it worked. Good job, guys. Great job. So in the next video, we'll be adding infinite scroll. See you there. Oh, and if you've enjoyed the video or learned something new, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.